Welcome back. So this is the last part of this topic. We call it the pedigree. Now, what is pedigree? Now, pedigree is a drawing of a family tree. It's like saying a family tree. Somebody asked a question. In my family, there is no. We discovered that something used to occur every 3 years. Within our family, that after 3 years it will disappear and reappear again. So that's what this pedigree is all about. This pedigree will help you understand family tree and how some features appear and disappears within generations. Okay. Pedigree is a drawing of a family tree. It is used by genetic counselors and other medical professionals to assess families and try to spot patterns or indications which may be helpful in diagnosing or managing an individual health. Now, today, they always use this when it comes to marriage. Before you get married to a person, you have to go and meet a genetic counselor to check your G or your. That's why you have today say if you are AS, you are not meant to marry AS. If you're AS, you're not meant to marry SS. If you're SS, you can marry AA, but you cannot marry AS like that. So that is what this pedigree does. So they will trace your family lineage and see the possible diseases that exist and see if that disease is going to cause harm in the future, if the person coming to marry you is compatible or not. Okay. Now, pedigree uses specific symbol and rules. Now, let's look at some of these some of the rules. Some of the rules. So let's look at them now. There are many, but you just pick the ones that concerns us for this level. And if you can memorize others, no problem. But if you can't, there's no problem. Anytime they're giving you that, they always, like I told you about keys, they always give you the keys so that to help you get your perfect answer. Okay, so let's look at some of it. Let's look at some of the symbols. Now look at the symbols. Now I will talk about the most important ones that you need to take note of. Now take note of this. This is male. A block sign is usually used for male. This is the female. Take note of that. Take note of this slash. This is disease. On the slash, when they cross it out, it's disease male. This is disease female. Now look at affected male. That is a male who has a disease, who is down with the disease. Okay, so this is affected female as well. Which other one? Okay, look at this. Now this is fraternal twin. That is unidentical twin. Now here is identical twin. Remember, this is male identical twin. This is male fraternal twin. That is unidentical twin. This is fraternal female twins. This is identical female twins. Now this line over here is showing marriage. This which other one? Remember, I'm going to pick the common ones. Okay. Okay. There's still the one that's called carrier is not mentioned there. Now, take for instance, we're looking at the female, and they decided to shade half of the female descent. That means this person is a carrier. So if this is presenting tall, that means this person is heterozygous. So this shows that he's carrying the opposite gene. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's apply this to a symbol. Look at this. Now, remember I told you they always give you keys, so you can see the keys here. Now, this is showing you affected male, and this is showing you free female, unaffected female. Now let's pick a disease. Let's pick a disease for this. Let's say, okay, let me not use disease. Let me assume that this man is short. Let me use small t, a short person, and this woman is tall. Okay, so when they have their children, this is what they'll get. Okay. All right. So since the whole thing is talking about disease and affected, let's use a disease. Let's use a disease. That will do better. Let's use a disease. Let's use sickle cell. Let's use sickle cell as a case study here. So let's take this man. This man is SS, while this woman is AS. Let's use ASS and AS. Now the woman is unaffected. She can be a carrier, but she's not affected. Okay. Now this line shows marriage. So this line shows that they are married. Why this one shows their children? This one shows their children. When he points downward, it shows their children. So these two are married and they gave birth to 3 children. Now out of that, the 3 children, 2 had AS. So this one is SS. This one is also SS. While this one, let's take this one to be AS. Now if you do the genetic crossing of these two, you get this result. So if I'm to do the genetic crossing, this is SS, this is AS. If I cross, I have AS. If I cross again, I have SS. If I cross again, I have AS. If I cross again, I have SS. So we have this, this, and this. Let's assume these are the 3. Okay. Now here, this one died. That's why we cross that. So this is disease. So this one died. Why this one remains? So this is the male. This is the female. So the male child died, leaving the parents with 2 female, and one of them is still affected. Okay. While this one is unaffected. Okay. Now this line again showing under marriage. That means that this girl, this female, married to another person. Now let's assume this one came again AS, and they have their children. So see again, 2 children affected, 1 died, the female died this time around. So this one is still SS, while this one is AS. Let's assume that this person got married to this man here, and this man is free. Let's say this one is AS, and they have their children. Let's still use 3 children. Now let's give them 2 female and 1 male. Okay. Now let's take this male here to be, let me paint it. That's to be AA. No, I painted it. It can't be AA since I painted it. So let's take this one to be, SS as well, because I painted it. While this one is AS, I'm picking a possible combination. While this one is AA. Now you can see now this one is SS. Let's assume that this one, okay, let me not say this one died, because if you cross this AS and AS, you're going to get SS as a combination, you're going to get AS as combination, and you're going to get AA. Now if this human being, now remember, this is generation 1, this is generation 2, that's F1, F2. Now when it comes to F3, we say they had one, and was not as severe as it is in F4, F2. So you can see now generation 1 and 2 and 3 got affected. But let's take this girl here married again a guy who is AA. Okay, let me not say AA, let me say AS, because the girl is already AA. Now when they give birth to children, let's say they give birth to 4 boys. Now when they give birth to children, none of the child is going to be affected. Reason, the man is AS and the woman is AA. So every of the children, let's assume this one is AS, this one is AA, this one is another AA. Now you can see, this is, I will call this F4. Now you can see in generation 4, the sickle cell disappeared. The sickle cell disappeared in generation 4. Now, but if this guy here marries a girl who is also AS, they have their children. Let's say they have two female. Now you can see now one of them will now be SS again. You can see now F5, generation 5, the disease manifested again. So you can see now sometimes it can disappear in this generation and reappear in the next generation, like that. So it keeps going. So what I want to achieve to identify here is the symbols used. So take note of the symbols. When you see the symbols in the exam, you'll be able to identify them. It's very simple. It's the simple symbols they use for your level, but as you advance, you end up doing the tougher symbols. Okay. All right. Now come to this one. There's also, I will talk about this homozygous, heterozygous. So this is homozygous male. Now for them to call this homozygous male, let's assume that this one is still on the AS. This is a homozygous. Am I correct? No. Homo means similar. No, it's not homo. It's not AS. So in this case, this homozygous. So homo means similar. So this homozygous is going to be either SS or AA because it's homozygous. Same thing goes with this. When it comes to heterozygous, this one is AS. Same thing goes with this. When it comes to wild type, I don't know what. Okay, let's assume that this is AA. Now they're supposed to give us keys on how to understand this. So let's assume this is the case. So now that we've achieved this, let's go and cross now. So this is AS. This is AS. Now this one they have their children. Now how many children do they have? This is female, this is male, this is another female, this is another male. Now you can see now from the result they have here, they still produce AA. It's possible. AS again is possible. AS is possible. AS is possible. So these are children. Now this one married AA. Now they produce their children. There's no way they're going to get SS. Okay, so they produce their children. This one is also AS. This one is AS. This one is AA. This one is AA. Okay, then this one married AA. So this one is AA. This one is AA. This one married AS. There's an issue here. So A will not this one will not be the case here. Okay, but just understand the concept. So you will decide what each of them represent. They usually give us key, but in the case of where there's no key, you can decide on. They can tell you to give you clue on how to go about deciding the key to use. Okay. All right. So I think this is the last slide. Still talking about the sex link, you can see the diagram again. Unaffected father, this is X, and you can see the dominant allele sitting on the X chromosome. You can see the female, you can see the recessive alleles. Okay, now affected, they give birth. By the time you cross it, you have this. Now this is what the father brought. Now you can see this guy. Now because we are talking about X linked, there's nothing on Y. The red one cannot go on Y because it's a X linked disease. Okay, so it can only be on the X chromosome. That's why it's called X linked. It can only be on the X chromosome. So you see now, affected son, because this is only one on the X chromosome, but in the female, the one on the Y on this other chromosome happen to be a dominant one. So if this is sickle, this one will be normal. So this covers it. That's why this female is unaffected. But this one, there's nothing sitting on his Y chromosome. That's why it's affected. This one inherited two normal one. That's why she's unaffected. And same thing with this. So that is how to go about understanding this X-linked disorder. Okay, remember I told you, I made mention of sometimes it can be what's it called again? Homozygous recessive disease. If it's homozygous recessive disease, it means that it's going to be when you have two recessive alleles. That's when it manifests. If it's dominant, homozygous dominant, that means it's going to be on the dominant side. Okay. Okay, I think that is that. So I'm going to be posting some questions that will help you practice and get to understand and understand the topic and the concept. Okay. All right. I think that is it for now. Till we see again. Thank you. Bye.